Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Starting 11 show. Brentford versus Everton. Obviously, Everton need to get 3 points. Absolute desperate now for 3 points in what is a very, very tough week. But if Everton can start the week off well, then that can give them confidence and some belief to go into the two home games, obviously against Liverpool and Arsenal, and try and get something. But it's not going to be easy, but Everton have got to see this as a really good opportunity to pick some points up. Let's get into it. In goal, Jordan Pickford. Don't think he could have done anything about the goals conceded last week. Say that far too often, but it's true, to be honest. So Jordan Pickford in goal. At right back, Seamus Coleman. No one's pushing him. This is half of the problem of the whole squad, is there's no one really pushing him. Maybe when Yerry Mina gets back, possibly, then Ben Godfrey might go out back to right back. I'm not sure. But certainly John Joe Kenny's not pushing him for that position, and that is very much a big problem at Everton this season, is that players who are not playing well just play every week because there's nobody else. A left back, Luca Dean, he's another one who's in a very similar boat. He's not playing well. I do think, though, part of that is because he's not allowed to play his natural game. He really doesn't go over the halfway line nowadays. And it's stopping him from playing his natural game, which is an attacking fullback. Okay, maybe not in the rampaging sort of up and down for the entire game, but he is a fullback who likes to play mostly in the opposition's half, and that's been stopped. And he's not the best defender in the world. And that's shown recently. But he's been definitely stopped from doing what he does best. But he'll start at left back. Centre backs, Michael Keane and Ben Godfrey, basically. Again, there are no other centre backs. Mason Holgate suspended. Yerry Mina is still injured. And again, you could argue that both of these players would be out the side. Or at least one of them be out the side. Well, one of them will be out the side when Yerry Mina comes back. Maybe, as I said, Ben Godfrey might switch to right back just to maybe be a little bit more solid defensively, like we were last season. But then again, Ben Godfrey hasn't started the season amazingly well, but does have the excuse that he did have COVID. So them two to start as the centre backs, as the defensive midfielders, Allen and Delph. A little bit of talk that Allen might have a problem. Well, the manager has confirmed he's got a little problem, but with the squad we've got and the team we've got at the moment for this game, it's a case of patching players up and then sending them out. And we'll find out who's, really wants to fight for this team and who doesn't. Delph, I didn't think played particularly well last week. It was a case of not upsetting the apple cart for me, the way he ambled around the pitch. But against Spurs, I thought he played really well. In the second half against Wolves, he played well. To be honest, we're lucky to get 3 performances out of him in a row, on the pitch, essentially, getting him on the pitch. It's amazingly that he's lasted this long. But I think if certainly if Decore, who I'm putting in my side, starts, which he is training, but obviously they've got to have precautions about him because of the toe and everything, and because of the games coming forward. I think if Decore starts, Decore can push us forward. He can run with the ball. He can get us going. Allen can then press, and then Delph can sit in front of the back four and take the ball off them and be, the man who takes the ball, receives the ball and gives it. But I think that to me, just again with the players we've got, is where we are. I think that it makes sense to have that 3 because, as I said, they can all do their own jobs. Delph sit in front of that back four, dictating the pace a little bit more, being an outball for those centre-backs, and then Decore, hopefully, listen, I don't expect him to be fully up to speed, but him just picking up the ball and moving it, just getting us up the pitch, that's what we've been missing so much while he hasn't been available. On the right-hand side, on just Townsend, I think, although his performances haven't been as good as what they were at the beginning of the season, he is a player who is consistently give more than other players, has been willing to take a few risks and take players on and just have a go, basically, where other players haven't. So he'll definitely start. On the left-hand side, Anthony Gordon, who has, hopefully Gray isn't out for too long and the signs are a little bit more positive that he won't be. But take your chance. I think he wants to play on the left-hand side. I think that's a bit more of a natural fit. He can pick the ball up. He can cut inside. Seen him play for the England under-21s a few weeks back, and he looked really natural in that position. Haven't quite seen him do that for Everton. Certainly didn't see him do that last week against Manchester City. I think he's just got to be a little bit braver on the ball in attacking sense. I think tactically he's starting to become a little bit more savvier. But I'd like to just see him start to cut in a little bit and just get shots off. Just test the goalkeeper, see what happens. I think he got certainly one for the England under-21s. He wasn't credited with it in the end, but he had the shot at it. Someone it went in. Take a few risks. We're going to have to be right at it. Townsend, if it is Townsend and Gordon, they're going to have to be right at it in this game. Certainly if the centre forward is Rondon, which does seem to be the case. The manager is alluding to Rondon. Obviously no Dominic Calvert-Lewin, with Richarlison suspended. And unfortunately this is where we are. I know there's a lot of people calling for Sims, but I'm not fully sure Sims is ready to start a Premier League game. I know a lot of people will say, well, why not try it? I'd like to see Sims come off the bench for like half an hour in this game and have a real go at them. Have Dobbin, have Sims on the bench ready to come on, and let's see what they can do, whether they can surprise a few players. I don't think they're ready to start games though. I really don't. I think Sims has been coming back from an injury as well. Hasn't played that many games since the end of last season, and I think there's been a lot of pressure being put on his shoulders, a lot of hype put on his shoulders because he signed a new contract. Listen, he should be in and around the first team. He's 20 years of age. He should be ready to go, but I don't think he quite is. I just think he needs, though, to come off that bench a few times, but not just for 5 minutes here or there. 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I suppose like Anthony Gordon did, build it up a little bit. But I expect Rondon to start in this game, and he's got to absolutely show more than he has in the past, because in the past when he started games, when he's been trying to get that fitness, he ambles around like he's just trying to get through 90 minutes. Throw everything at them for an hour. See what you've got. Make a nuisance of yourself. I know I've said it, we've said it before. Just make a nuisance of yourself. Put yourself about. Pin them back. So Anthony Gordon, Townsend and Decore find that little bit of space. It'd be just lovely if Rondon could just turn in one of those performances where he just grabs a couple of goals. Where, Brentford fans are saying, God, he hasn't scored against anyone. Like people do against us, where people just turn up who haven't scored and score. It'd just be nice if Rondon could do that. Because this is such a big game, but it is winnable. It's very winnable. As I said, I just don't see Sims starting, and I just don't think he's done enough yet to warrant that start. Has he come off the bench yet in a Premier League game? I don't think he has he? If he has, it's bare minutes really. So let's see what happens. As I said, it's a tough game. Brentford are struggling as well. They're struggling with injuries. They haven't been picking up wins as well. So they'll have a little crisis of confidence. There's an opportunity there on Sunday to get 3 points. Let's go and take it. Let me know what you think in the comments anyway about my starting 11. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Loads of people will disagree. That's fair enough. That is fair enough. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want more great content, live shows daily, join us over on our Patreon channel. The link is in the description and on the screen. See you later.